The final season of The Bad Batch drops in just over a week's time and the reviews are in. Hold on to your helmets as we take a look at what the critics are saying about the first 8 episodes, whilst we also touch on a point that's been made regarding George Lucas's legacy.
What's the situation, Captain?
Is it over?
Breaking my heart.
The Bad Batch Season 3 has been making waves across the Star Wars universe, with critics promising a chilling story that binds the entire saga together. The season promises an exciting conclusion to Clone Force 99's tale, one that's packed with Easter eggs and big Star Wars connections. Now, this article over on the Direct has done a great job at compiling some of the reviews that were posted on social media so we can easily read through it. So the first one we've got up on here is from Tessa Smith from Mama's Geeky. Now, she describes the visuals as stunning, the action is intense, and that she cannot wait for more. The Bad Batch Season 3 has already given me literal chills multiple times. I've seen the first 8 episodes, and if they continue this way, I will be happy camper. Stakes are high, visuals are stunning, action is intense, and treachery is abound. Cannot wait for more. Critic Ashley Saunders also praised the incredible animation, but went on to tease Easter eggs, cameos, and other surprises. The Bad Batch is back, and our favourite defective and effective clones are delivering a spectacle fans are gonna love. Higher stakes and incredible animation and Easter eggs, cameos, and other surprises. It's an epic ride so far, and I'm not ready to say goodbye. Now, that's quite interesting. The first 2 reviews have both mentioned high stakes, great visuals, animation, which is always good to hear. Now, over on Collider, Maggie love it. I've seen the first 8 episodes of The Bad Batch, and it's truly a case of they've saved the best for last. Season 3 is the best yet of the series, and a much darker turn. Lots of twists, lots of heart, fun returns, and some huge Star Wars lore connections. Jordan Mason was able to watch the first 8 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 3, and folks, this season ain't messing around. It's firing on all cylinders and pretty cemented. This is my favourite Star Wars animated series. It whips a whole lot of ass. Now he goes on to add, truly wild, as I was about as disinterested in The Bad Batch as one could get. And to be honest, when The Bad Batch initially released, I was a little bit like Jordan Mason here. I wasn't too interested in it. I watched it, but I wasn't, taken away by the whole story and the idea of it. But as season 2 progressed, I came to like it more, and season 3 I'm actually really excited for now. Clone-centric stories never worked for me in the Clone Wars. Now, if the back half of the season sticks the landing, it'll easily be my favourite Star Wars animated series. Cinema Blends Adam Holmes. Having seen the first 8 episodes of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, I'm pleased to say the show's final hurrah is off to a great start. Fans of Omega and Crosshair especially have a lot to look forward to, and as per usual, the action and emotional beats are balanced wonderfully. Meanwhile, Aubrey Dreamwood, I believe I pronounced that right there, buckle up for The Bad Batch Season 3. It's a dark twist and some action-packed storytelling. This heart-filled show picks up where we left off with Gusto, featuring some notable lore and fun cameos. Fantastic in visuals, another mention for that, and sound. Shout out to Kevin Kinner, and I loved his score in Ahsoka. I can't wait to see more. Nerdists Eric Ainsley Diaz. The first half of the final season of The Bad Batch episodes 1 to 8 were very solid, great character arc for Crosshair in particular, and I don't care. I'm always down to hear Ian McDiarmid as Emperor Palpatine for as long as he's alive and willing. Yeah, me too. This one's from Adam Belvins from Agents of Fandom. I haven't heard of them before. The Bad Batch Season 3 is some of the best animated Star Wars ever. It strikes the perfect balance between adventure of the week and the overarching story. It's really grounded in its characters, but also very clearly building towards something huge. First 8 episodes are fantastic. We've got 2 more on there now. This one's Gizmodo's James Whitbrook. I've seen the first 8 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 3, and it's definitely a very strong start. Show's finally struck a balance of weaving each episode, even inconsequential stuff, into its wider climax and these characters. Intrigued to see more. Review to come next week. Critic Michael Lee. So The Bad Batch Season 3 is marching towards an epic final. The first 8 episodes are a great exploration of their fractured dynamics and a test of their trust as a squad. It's got some great action sequences and some Easter eggs that teases an exciting future for Star Wars. And to be honest, I think this is probably my favourite review. Now, speaking of the future of Star Wars, now's probably a good time to check out what D. Bradley Baker has had to say in regards to George Lucas's legacy, with the final season of The Bad Batch just around the corner. Now, D. Bradley Baker is the guy who brings all the clones to life in Star Wars animation, including Clone Force 99. Now, in a recent interview, interview, he shared that season 3 of The Bad Batch isn't just another chapter in the Star Wars saga, but it's actually a culmination of George Lucas's original vision. He explains that the show's connection to Lucas is stronger than all the other Disney Star Wars properties because of its direct link to the Clone Wars timeline. Now, remember, the Clone Wars was Lucas's brainchild. In fact, it was even mentioned all the way back in 1977 when Luke was speaking to Obi-Wan, and it was developed in animation alongside Dave Filoni. And The Bad Batch, effectively is a continuation of that storyline. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Baker points out that the dynamic and distinct personalities of the clones, which he portrays, traces back to Lucas's original ideas. The mutated batch of clones, which we first met in the Clone Wars Season 7, was one of Lucas's last contributions to the franchise before Disney took the reins. And with Season 3 of The Bad Batch, we're effectively promised a story that stays true to Lucas's and Filoni's original vision, potentially concluding the narrative threads that Lucas himself wove into the fabric of Star Wars. It's a bittersweet moment for us Star Wars fans as we witness what could be the final act of Lucas's storied legacy in a universe he created over 4 decades ago. Now, in regards to these reviews, these are some of the first reviews to appear online from critics that have seen the first 8 episodes, so there may well be more now at the time of this being uploaded, but the general consensus of what we've looked at here is pretty clear. Season 3 might just be the best one yet, with a darker turn and some huge Star Wars lore connections. It sounds as though it's firing on all cylinders, the stakes are higher than ever, and the animation is said to be incredible. There hasn't been one single negative comment on social media so far suggesting that The Bad Batch is indeed ending in the best way possible. Now, some people online will say that the critics are going to give good reviews because they've been selected to watch it early, and whilst that might be true for some of the critics and even some of the reviews in here, it's unlikely that they're all going to act that way. We've sat here before on a video just like this for other Star Wars shows reading some reviews and they've been pretty bad. Now, the season will premiere on December the 21st on Disney Plus, and we'll be covering it weekly on this channel. So let's see how Clone Force 99's story wraps up. But what are your thoughts? Are you excited for the final season? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to catch the next video. May the Force be with you.